it's your girl Betzing and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. When I started my YouTube channel, I really wanted to make you guys laugh, smile, and inspire you. It's been on my heart to share how to be confident with people. I think that this is such an important thing because to be confident, you have to love yourself, and I think you're spending the rest of your life with yourself. So you need to learn how to love yourself, and the sooner you do that, the better off you are, the happier you'll be, and you know, the more you'll be able to learn and grow. Like, I'll get back to the pranks soon. I'll get back to that stuff, but I really hope that you guys enjoy this video and find it useful and helpful. Growing up, I was very quiet, very reserved. I feel like I grew up where I let other people kind of dominate over, share their voice. I felt like I didn't deserve to be heard. And if I did think that what I had to say had value, I still didn't say it because I felt like other people didn't care about it. It was pretty hard, to be honest, but I felt like I learned so much being an observer. You gather information and you're always processing things. I always would apologize as if my space or what I had to say was an inconvenience. So if I had to ask a question, it's, oh, I'm sorry to bother you, but oh, I'm sorry. It's like basically like saying, oh, I don't believe that I deserve to take up your time. I don't deserve, like, I should be seen or I should be heard, and you do. So just be mindful of that, and don't apologize for being a human and for making connection with people. That's a beautiful thing. You shouldn't have to apologize for that. And people always try to define me, right? So like, I grew up as a nerd. I honestly, sincerely promise you, I had no clue that I was pretty. Like, the only people who told me would be like my parents or like friends' parents. But everyone in my school, like, I never ever heard anyone say like, you're cute, you're pretty, anything like that. They would make like lists of like the hottest girls or the most pretty girls or the coolest girls, and I was never on them. And like, I look back and I was a cute kid, like, you know, and it was just like, it was really hurtful. I thought something was wrong with me, like that people didn't want to like date me or whatever. And you know, I was labeled as a goody two-shoes and teacher's pet. I got voted that in the yearbook, and really it's just because I enjoy deep conversations, and I feel like my maturity was like different. They used to call me a try-hard all the time, and it really bothered me in high school, but it's so funny because they tried to define me as try-hard in a negative, bad way, but it's actually been the very thing that has propelled me into a wonderful career. I believe that we should be trying hard. We should be putting forth an effort and constantly growing and building and learning and evolving. And I don't want to be the same person that I was. I want to be better always. And so call me a tryhard. And if I had let that define me, and you know, like let fear control me and changed who I was, then I wouldn't be here today. I'm happy and I'm enjoying like every day and every step along the process because I embrace reality and I don't let other people define me. They don't know me, I know me, God knows me. And you know what, call me a tryhard. Maybe you were kind of right. I am, and I love it. I'm gonna try hard forever. And then even when I started to get into modeling, it was, you can't be a model, you're not skinny enough to be a model, and then, you know, you're not, or you're too skinny, you're blah blah blah, this is wrong with you, you're not tall enough. And same with acting, and people always try to tell you what you can't do and that you're not good enough, but I promise you, you are. And so here are my tips and tricks on how to be confident. Okay, so first, I think to be confident, you have to know yourself. And knowing yourself, you have to honestly be alone sometimes, and you have to be in silence. That means no Netflix, no music. You have to sit there, and I love journaling because I think you get to write out and you get to really like express and understand who you are and explore who you are. And you have to deal with some pain and like what's going on. And when you face these things, when you face what you think is brokenness, but really it's humanness, it's not brokenness, we all go through things, you start to understand like who you are and that you matter and that everything in this world is so in unity. You were put on this earth for a very specific purpose. Sometimes I think that really helps as well, as figuring out what your purpose is. And I think journaling is such a good way to clear your head and just listen and really, and list the qualities. You know, maybe you don't think that you have value and you don't think that you're special. Well, list the things that you're good at. List your talents. It could be the smallest of things. And then really soak on that and just like understand like that is a gift and that we're all different and we have these gifts. And so every time a lie pops in your head, right? So say, you know, you don't think you're cute. A lie comes in, oh, I'm not, that person's way prettier than me. Oh, I could never do that, I can't. Whenever you shrink and you tell yourself, I can't, I know, that person's better. Whenever you compare anything like that negative thought, refute it, rebuke it. Be like, nope, that's not true because I'm this. I'm bold, I'm smart, I'm, you know, anything. It's like, you have to, those are all lies and that's evil. And those negative thoughts, they're never gonna do you any good. So you have to refute it with the truth. It's rewiring your brain, shifting the perspective, and it seems like it'll take a lot of time, but it actually doesn't take as much time as you think it does. Make sure you're not comparing yourself to other people because that person's probably sitting there comparing themselves to you. We're all battling with our own insecurities and our, you know, those evil lies that come to our mind, but you just have to seriously, like, the more you dismiss them, the less they come in. I barely ever now have negative thoughts, and I still of course do, like way less than I used to, and it's so much easier to be confident when you know the truth and those lies aren't in your head anymore. At times people aren't confident because they don't have this inner faith that they can do something, because the problems feel too much, they feel too heavy, they feel trapped, they're really afraid, they don't know what to do. And I think this gives a lot of people anxiety. I used to get panic attacks, like I seriously would hyperventilate. I honestly, like if I'm being completely honest, like I had an accident one time where I peed my pants because I had so much anxiety. And I'm just being transparent with you guys, like whatever, kind of embarrassing. I had test anxiety. Before tests, I would freak out. I hated testing days, and it's because those problems it seemed like I couldn't face them. And I'm just gonna share this with you. You can face those problems. The quicker you face with these things, the better off you are, because every time you face a problem, you face a struggle, a hardship, and you overcome it, you realize that you are stronger, that you are better than you thought. You're more capable of a person than you thought. The more hardships you have, the more empowered you feel, the more confident you are. Hardships, they're blessings, because you seriously get this faith in yourself. It's a process of life, a journey, and every step of the way, if you're open to it and you see how much you've grown, it's like so inspiring to just be like, oh no, I went through that, I can do this, I got this, I'm strong enough. Every moment that seems like it's the end of the world, it too shall pass. That's the beautiful thing about time, is it does pass, it moves on. We all have our problems. Some problems are huge, they're massive. We can't be in a victim mentality. We can't feel like life is throwing these things at us and we can't face them, because I promise you, you have all the power inside of you. You just have to take it, and you do all of that through choice. So you take your power by choice of not letting people define you, not comparing yourself to other people, and believing that you can get through it and you can face those problems. So face them. You just got to do it. And sometimes that's just stepping out of your comfort zone. And the more you step out of your comfort zone, the more you want to explore, and the more you want to explore, the more capable you realize you are. When I talk about stepping out of your comfort zone, like I'm not talking like skydiving, although that's really fun and you should do it. But what I'm saying is, like, even if you're at a party and you're an introvert, I'm an introvert, believe it or not. You know, when I'm at a party, it's like, okay, well, maybe go talk to somebody new, and maybe that feels a little uncomfortable and a little scary, but when you do, you realize like, oh, I can do that. That feels really good. And then next time you go to a party, it's easier, and you just become more confident in who you are and knowing that everything's gonna be okay. That's why I feel like for me, moving to LA was such a great experience, because it's like I had to face so many different financial struggles, health struggles, housing struggles, you know, just facing even just like that self-comparison, self-doubt as a model, as an actor, sitting in a room with 200 beautiful people and trying to just remember that I am my own person. And if not me, then who? What makes that person better? We are all special. And that's what's magnetic. That's what's attractive to people, is you knowing and having that faith in yourself. If you believe in yourself, other people will seriously be drawn to you. Drop your expectations of where I should be. You know, a lot of people are like, I should be married by now. I should have kids by now. I should be in that dream job by now. But guess what? We can't control life. That's not what we can control, but we can control how we deal with life. Again, facing your battles, facing those problems, everything is figure outable. Every single thing has a solution. And I really think journaling is such a good, important thing, because you can also list like what you're grateful for. And I think when we focus on everything we do have, we realize that we have so many good things that are going on. And if we focus on those and we face our problems, but we focus on everything we do have, we start to enjoy the small things. And when you really enjoy the small things of life, when the big things come, it is just so much more beautiful. When you have that positive mindset and you believe and you have these little acts of faith and you express the faith that you have, the universe, God, it will conspire for you. It will bless you. I think if you don't have that sense of belonging, you belong to God, and you belong to my YouTube community, and I love you. Sometimes if we don't know our purpose is in our heart. I think God puts our purpose inside of us. And oftentimes that's just, you know, it'll be like what you really love to do, like what fulfills you, what makes your soul feel really good. That's when I say know yourself. I feel like look inside and say, what do I love? What is inside your heart? And if it's for a pure reason, I really believe God put it there. And I used to sit there in my college dorm and I didn't care if I lived another day of my life because I didn't know my purpose. And it's so funny because now looking back, I'm like, it was in my heart all along when I was a little kid. I let the world tell me what I was and what I wasn't for a little bit. And you know what? I knew at the young age. Our tip is to start looking people in the eye, because I think when you look people in the eye, you realize how human we are and you make a genuine connection and you feel seen and heard. And when you feel seen by somebody and really like, they saw you, they get you, you realize like it's a lot less scary. So some of you may be watching and be like, oh, well, of course it's easy for you. You're a model, you're fine. But the thing is like, every set of circumstances has its own set of problems. What you look like, it's not about even the outer beauty anyways, it's about the inner beauty and how we project that out. It comes through, and that's why I just think it's so good to be transparent and know yourself. All right, guys, I hope you really found this video helpful. I know that I wish I would have known this earlier on in my life, but I'm so grateful that I know it now, and that I realize that I can face anybody and I can look anybody in the eye, and because I know that I'm chosen and loved, and I know that I have purpose and value and intention, and so do you. I'm no different than you guys. We are all human and we're all here for a reason. I love you, and make sure you comment below if you have any questions, and you like and you subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Betzing, and also turn on that notification bell, fam. You know what's good. All right, have a beautiful week. Love ya. Bye.